Okay. Let's see if that makes a difference.
Hopefully you can hear us now.
You're frozen.
Am I? Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, you were just very still.
Yeah. And that is like 4 or 5 seconds behind. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Awesome. So we have audio, and you have a live link, so now you got something to give people.
I'm not a big fan of the audio, but...
I mean, it is what it is, though. I mean, you gotta go off the camera, right?
For now. So, now with this, I might be able to figure something out. Okay. La da dee. Oh, 2 notifications, which I won't be able to. Oh, open.
I'll actually share it too.
Actually, let's do it there first. Change my mind.
Alright, so let me see.
2 people are watching. Oh, that one and this one.
Okay. Let's see if I can't get this link here. Select all, copy. Okay.
Okay. You tag me in a post.
Okay.
Give it a little time to see if we get any people.
Yeah. I mean, are you recording? Did you hit the record button on that?
Yes.
Okay.
But let's see if we can get anyone to show up first.
Alright, so I just shared it, so we'll just wait and see. Now, does it tell you? Oh yeah, it says 2 watching now, so it tells you how many people are actually watching. Cool. Yeah, I want to kind of give this a little bit of an evaluation here.
Started streaming 8 minutes ago. So 8 minutes of garbage. Ooh, 9 minutes.
It's really dry.
Don't say what you're thinking out loud.
Oh, sorry. Well, isn't that what we're supposed to do when we're doing a wine review?
Well, not yet.
Oh, okay.
No, this is the new silent version.
Oh, yeah, this is the figure it out for yourself version.
You must figure it out by watching our expressions. Did we like it? Did we think it was crap?
It's got one of my favorite characteristics. I'm a big Merlot guy anyway.
True. Well, nobody's here yet, but let's just go with it.
Okay. So, all right, so let's talk about the footage. We'll just say thank you very much for joining us in the Anodized Wine Review. I'm here with Bob, and today we're going to review a Merlot. It is a St. Helena Cardine Vineyards Merlot. It's a Napa Valley Merlot, 2012. And what are your thoughts on it? First check, first taste.
Very dark
It is very dark, yeah.
and very,
It's not translucent at all. You can't even see through it. The light doesn't even go through it.
very earthy on the nose.
Excuse me.
Like moist soil is what I'm getting.
Moist soil.
Which I love the smell of moist soil.
It is very earthy, though. That's a good description.
Highly acidic,
Very acidic.
full-bodied. Very,
It's got some pretty good tannins, too. It's clinging to that glass pretty good. But one of my favorite characteristics of Merlot, and those who know me well know that Merlot is probably one of my favorite wines. It's definitely my favorite red. I think it goes great with pretty much anything I cook. And one of the characteristics that I love so much about Merlot is the strong peppery finish, and this does not fall short. This actually lives right up to that. The finish is just bold and it's dry. Like it takes a certain person to really appreciate how it dries your tongue out at the end, and it gives you that real strong peppery finish.
some people really dislike that, but I like that as well.
I'm actually a big fan of that.
It's very black fruit flavored, like black cherries, blackberries.
But not sweet. Not sweet. It is
Very tart.
It is fruity and tart, right, but it doesn't have a sweetness edge to it at all. It's actually a drier Merlot, if I could be so bold. So, I don't know if you plan on using the same scale that you've always used, but he used to have a grading scale. And one of the things that I would like to really kind of do, if we're going to do this as a permanent thing, like a little featured episode, is talk about, give it a rating, talk about the different aspects of it, like what does it pair well with? Does it pair well with enough of a variety of foods, or flavor profiles, or, things like that. I think that we should really kind of, he had a grading system before where it was, I'll let you talk about it.
I had a 15-point scale, which I rated the aromatics, the nose, if you will, from 1 to 15, and then also for the taste, 1 to 15, and then a 20-point scale for overall enjoyment. Because sometimes maybe one part doesn't quite work for you, but when you put them all together, it actually works better.
And by the time you get to 2/3 of the way down the bottle, it all works.
Well, that is also true. We have not gone that far yet.
Not in this one. I mean, there are many historically empty bottles of wine between the two of us.
Absolutely not. Oh, wait.
Boxes too, by the way.
Boxes come in handy.
Boxes are very handy. There is no shame in drinking wine from a box.
It's much easier to transport, too.
It is. But every once in a while, it's really nice to bring in a new flavor, a new variety, a new, Cardine Vineyards. Never heard of them. It's from Napa Valley, and I'm a big fan of Napa Valley. It's actually one of the pins on the map of bucket list places I want to go before I die. Definitely want to do the California vineyard tours.
It just happened to be on sale at the liquor store. We put it within our price range.
Absolutely.
Instead of the usual price of $30.
$30 normally for that? Wow,
Yeah.
No kidding. So this, I would consider this more of a top shelf. That would be a special occasion wine for me. I wouldn't buy that, on a normal basis, but I would say, okay, for something special, I absolutely would.
And I could definitely see this going very well with barbecue.
Yep. Right away I was thinking grilled steak off the grill.
But like it has the acidity to cut through spicy barbecue sauce.
Yep.
Without being drowned out.
Oh yeah, because when I'm barbecuing, I'm going to hit it with a little bit of sriracha too, so you're going to need something a little bit edgier to get through that. Mm. Oh, it was terrible. So terrible that I need to
Refill his glass.
I need to double check and see if my original reaction was true.
And we are drinking this at room temperature, which is how I drink all my wines.
Yes.
It's very rare that I will chill a wine.
I do most of my reds at room temp, but I will chill a white from time to time. I've been known to throw, like if I'm going to bring one of my favorite whites that I would love to do a tasting on, and I can talk all night about, is the Simi Chardonnay. It's another Napa Valley wine. And I don't really think there's a year that I didn't like that I've tried. But that's one. It's got a beautiful balance. It's sweet enough, but I like that crisp. I like it cold. It's a good summer wine. It's a nice poolside, something that you can taste and drink.
Yeah, I can't see drinking this out in the blazing sun.
No, exactly.
More of possibly chilling, watching TV.
Yeah. So if there's anybody that's watching right now that has any questions or would like to interact with us a little bit and ask us a question about wines, Bob's actually got the laptop in front of him here, and he'd be happy to answer any questions, and we can kind of talk through something specific that you might want to talk about. But
unfortunately, there isn't anyone else watching at the moment.
Oh, okay.
There's two people, a streaming device and myself.
Maybe we could put this up for everybody to check out later, and they can kind of comment on it. But hopefully we can make this somewhat of a regular thing
and give more of a warning next time.
Yeah, instead of a 10-minute, hey, if you're not doing anything. I mean, that's pretty much who we are, though.
Well, that's why this is also a tryout.
Exactly.
Because we didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, it's kind of a test drive. We're just kind of test driving through it. But
I never go in front of the camera. I'm always behind the scenes.
That's true. Bob is usually the mastermind behind the camera, so it's kind of exciting for him to be on this side for a change.
And I thought of doing it by myself for quite a while, but I couldn't get up the nerve to sit in front of a camera by myself.
But now that you've got somebody to talk to, it makes it a lot less disarming and a lot less
I can pretty much ignore the camera.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you look that way
at
from time to time, exactly, and ignore. Give
you eye contact.
You're the one that yells at me all the time to do just that.
I never do that.
You're not looking at the camera enough. So
you're actually doing a good job of not looking at the screen.
I am trying. There is a screen just off camera,
which usually he stares at.
But you know what?
Because he likes watching himself.
The truth is there's a laptop right here that I can see. It's actually got a huge delay on it. It's about a 4 or 5.
It's a little distracting.
Yeah, it is very distracting because my hand gestures have already happened, and they're live on the TV, but they're not live on the laptop because that's what you guys are seeing is what's on the laptop. So it's a little bit different. But circling back around to the wines again, I think this is a great idea. It's another arm of our network that we're trying to build, and instead of featuring it on the culinary side, we can kind of focus and streamline, and then we can kind of branch out and do this as a whole animal in itself.
We can talk about it more than we
Yeah.
could with the
And we could-
chef show.
We can sit down and enjoy it a little bit more and interact. If we go do a live stream like this, we can interact a little bit more. And I just think it's a great opportunity for people to kind of get to know us, who we are, a little bit better as well. And so, that's what we're here for. We want to try to branch this out and do a little bit more interacting and networking and try new things. And I think this is a fantastic idea. I'm totally down with this.
Oh, we have somebody else watch. Oh, they left.
Well, they were in, then they were out.
Oh.
Maybe they might.
Oh, somebody's back.
Maybe they're having problems logging in.
Hi there. Oh, 4 people.
Thanks for checking us out, guys. So, thank you for joining us. We've already kind of given the wine review, but
Well, we can talk about it more.
sure, I'll be happy to kind of hash through it again because it's delicious. And thank you very much for joining us. So, Bob and I were just talking about how this is another arm of the Anodized network that we have. Oh, they're here and then they're gone. Well, thanks anyway.
Oh,
guys.
and they're back. Wait a
And
minute.
they're back. Well,
I think somebody's having some problems.
Yeah, you're killing me. What is a roller coaster ride? I'm just gonna keep doing what we do.
Just keep talking.
Yeah, exactly. So Bob and I were talking about this being an extension to the show, and say, this is another angle, another arm of the network that we have, that we're trying to build a brand and having this as another inclusive mechanism, another way to get out to viewers that, to get to know us, to get to know who we are, and to, and to get to see the guy behind the cameras all the time, the guy that's behind in the production booth, so to speak, doing all the edit work and all the heavy lifting. Here we are just playing out here, and we get to eat. Bob's the one that's doing all the hard work with all the editing and stuff that goes into all that processing later on. So, but yeah, I could sit here and drink wine on camera anytime you want. This is fantastic. And this particular wine is also very good, by the way.
And since you're just joining us, it is the Cardine Vineyards Merlot,
Over at Napa Valley.
2012. Very earthy nose.
Bold flavored, really, really nice. You know who I think would like this? Scott Blanchard. Scott Blanchard would like this because he's actually turning into quite the wine guy.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, and I'm kind of impressed. I'm actually proud of him for that.
Though his latest picture, he had ice cubes in his wine.
Yeah, that's Kim. That's got Kim's name written all over it. And it is kind of hot weather too, so I can't really knock him too much. I wouldn't do it, but I don't disrespect the people that do. It's to each their own, But yeah, I'm pretty proud of him for he's at least trying new things, And he's actually tasted some new stuff, and he's tagged us both in some things, and it's pretty exciting.
Hey, I was only one person watching.
Hey, jump in and leave us a comment. We'll be happy to say hey on camera.
And eventually we'll streamline this, have
Give you
better
guys
cameras.
Give you guys plenty of notice, so you'll have all kinds of lead time to know when we're going to be doing this again. And
It's something I just wanted to do to try to see if I can get things working.
I think it's great. I think it's excellent. I think that we can, if we could build, I think one of the things that we want to try to do is try to build the structure and say, okay, let's have a grading system, a standard, an anodized standard of grading system when we look at a wine and say, okay, does it meet this requirement? Does it meet that requirement? How is this? How is that? And I think Bob was onto something when he had his grading scale when we first started the show. And I think we should kind of look at something like that as our formula and say, flavor profile, pairing wise, how does it pair with other foods, things like that. What does it pair with? And have us be so-called experts. Yeah, good luck with that. But have us be the so-called experts that kind of steer you in the right direction. Say, okay, you're going to pick up a bottle of this. Well, what are you going to have with it? You know. So and we could certainly kind of point you in the right direction with that anyway. You know.
I don't know about experts. Professional wino, yes.
Hey, alcoholic expert, sure.
Possible.
It's possible. It's possible. But no, I think this could be a lot of fun. This is gonna be a really cool thing. I think we should think about doing something like this when we go camping. You know, you and I just take a half an hour and just pull
Sit
aside.
on the river.
Yeah, exactly. Or even just, you know, find some time to just kind of grab a bottle and take with us in the woods and just be like, all right, so here we are on vacation. And,
Here we are in nature. And this is
yep.
the wrong wine for it.
You know, something like that. Who knows? But the second glass is much better than the first. Not that the first was bad. The second glass just went down a lot easier.
I do wish there was more going on with the nose.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now that I say that,
it might be breathing a little bit more.
It's
That might be
opening up a
why
bit.
it's a little bit more drinkable. It's a little bit more drinkable. I think that it's starting to breathe a little bit more and it's airing itself out.
getting more of a brightness to the nose instead of just the damp soil.
The depth, yeah, it's really, really
Well,
deep.
What is that?
It's a really dark, deep. But the flavor profile at the end, that peppery finish, oh, that's got my name all over it. I'm all about that.
Almost like fresh chopped cherries.
Oh, well, since you said that,
And now that his glass is empty, he has to try it again.
since you said that,
Shocking!
I need to taste the cherries.
Well, I'm smelling the cherries.
Oh, you smell them?
I could taste the cherries right away.
Oh yeah. Not, black cherries, the
Yes.
darker ones. Yeah, I get that. It's because it's tart. It's not sweet, but you can feel it in your jawbones.
So I definitely leave this sitting for a while.
Yeah, I would open it well in advance and give it some time because it is getting better as it sits here for sure. There's no question. No question. He opened it just before he turned the cameras on, so it did breathe for about 15, 20 minutes before we drank it, but as it sits here
So it
now,
doesn't breathe much
right, from a
the
bottle, exactly.
straight bottle.
Exactly. And it, as we sit here, it's getting much, much more drinkable as time goes on, which is fantastic. And I'm a big Merlot guy anyway.
There's
so-
stronger fruit flavors coming through on the tongue. Still black cherry, blackberry,
Yep.
maybe a tiny bit of raspberry.
There's something on the exhale that I'm trying to put my finger on. Like when you breathe out after you take a sip, there's a flavor there. And I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it's a fruit or if it's one of those weird
Flavors that
Yeah.
actually doesn't
you would
correspond to anything else.
Like Bob says, rubber band. I don't know if it's a rubber band, but I'm just using that as an example.
I have
Yeah, he's
tasted
tasted
rubber
rubber
band.
band. He's tasted.
smelled Band-Aids.
Usually that's scotch. Kim calls scotch Band-Aids. When she takes a whiff of scotch, she's like, oh, it smells like eating Band-Aids. That's really, really
We'll have to
good.
come up with our own terms for those flavors.
Yeah, yeah, right.
For the ones that
exactly.
you can't name.
Yeah, without the actual brands.
No, I mean something that you can't even correspond to
Oh,
anything
okay.
else.
So that
There's some of those,
that
too.
exhale that I'm trying to put my finger on that I can't. Do you know what I'm talking about? Right? You getting it? It's
No, I'm not.
It's a. It's a fruit, I think, but it's not sweet.
Okay, there, I got it. I can't name it.
Yeah,
It is fruit-like.
yeah. But it's not sweet though. It's more of like a layered. It's really good.
Well, Well, at least this showed me I could actually sit in front of a camera and talk.
Exactly.
And not just stare at it
And be comfortable. Yeah, exactly. But I think that's the thing too, is just having somebody to talk to makes a big difference. It definitely does. Because that was me in the very beginning, if you don't
And we've
recall.
had plenty of practice doing this.
Exactly. That's right. That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true.
So, anyone who checks this out later, because this will still be recorded,
Yeah, good.
as long as you go to our link.
Check out the link and you want to check us out and you want to drop a comment in there and just be like, hey, I checked it out and I'm going to look for
Let
that
us know what
wine.
you think, what
Yeah.
you'd like to see.
Yeah, if there's a brand of wine you want us to try, excuse me, we'll see if
And
we
if
can
you want to
it.
find out where to send wine.
Yeah. I mean, we can certainly arrange.
We wouldn't say no to free bottles.
In Massachusetts, can you do that?
And
We'll work around it. We'll work around it. Reach out to us. We'll figure it out.
we'll come pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if it's my Florida family, because I would absolutely go down to pick it up down there.
So, thank you for checking this out.
Yes, thank you very much. And
We'll see you
Are you
next
gonna put
time.
a closing tag on there? Come on.
Someday
All right.
I can't get one
Bob's
now.
gonna come up with his own closing tag.
Might take a few
It'll
episodes.
probably be something along the lines of cheers or a salute or some sort of.
See ya, I'm getting drunk.
Thank you very much for checking us out, guys. I appreciate it. I think that.